There's always a lot to talk about K-pop, but one topic that gets mentioned a lot is how toxic some K-pop fandoms are. Accept it or not all K-pop fans are good people. These fans would always try to control the idol's life for God knows what reason. However, I personally think toxic K-pop fans are not initially bad. They're just the result of the K-pop industry, which has been actively spoiling them throughout its existence by these 4 doings. Number 1. K-pop treats idols like mass-produced products. Compared to K-pop, Western singers have a pretty natural process in building their success. The recipe would be uploading cover videos on YouTube, gain enough attention, record labels come find them and sign the contract. After the paperwork is done, the star goes on a training process where their vocal would be polished, performing techniques are improved, and brushing some more things up. Then they're allowed to produce music, go on multiple promotional campaigns to increase reputation, public recognition, and if lucky enough, music tours will be organized after a few music products. Basically, the success formula for most Western artists are composed of 2 elements only: their own music talents and the company's investment. However, the process is so much harder for a K-pop idol. At first, they could also be noticed for their talents and visuals, but that's far from enough. Instead of signing with a record label and starting to make music right away, they will go through auditioning, which could possibly take place for more than 100 times before they get to sign a trainee contract. Yup, a trainee contract. Not a contract that you can make money out of it yet. Then comes the hell training period. While most Western artists just train for a few months before debuting, in K-pop, it could be 2, 3, or even 10 years. Why take so long? Well, to be a K-pop star, you must brush up a lot of things other than just vocals and performing skills. You'll need to practice dancing, modeling, acting, and even changing your own personality. When this process ends, you would pretty much turn into a totally different person, a well-rounded, polished, and perfect version of yourself. So while raw gems of the West get sharpened and become diamonds with many shapes and colors, the K-pop company literally creates the diamonds themselves and molds them into limited concepts. Take CLC, for example. These girls' initial concept was girl crush, but Cube forced them to do the cute concept, though it's not their cup of tea. Basically, Western artists just need to stick to their own style, and the audiences will flock to them. But K-pop idols need to adjust themselves to fit the taste of others. That's stage 1 of how K-pop fans are spoiled. Number 2. K-pop makes fans think they own the idols. Do you notice that K-pop idols cry very frequently on stage, live streams, or fan meetings, but seemingly for no clear reasons? Most of the time, they also have very similar gestures and reactions. There are hundreds of idols in K-pop, and you actually believe hundreds of different people just act the same all the time like that? It's because they're taught the same lesson. To be honest, these gestures are quite hard to pull off. Especially when you're not a fan of Aegyo, this can make you feel very awkward and cringy. Same for the idols, but they still have to, because fans want to see them acting cute, crying, and such, because it makes them feel like they're someone very important to the idols, like a girlfriend or boyfriend. With this thought in mind, toxic fans gradually believe that they actually own the idols, to the point that idols are not allowed to date, to neglect fans even when they're exhausted, or to do anything that can be disapproved of by fans. If the idols cross the line, toxic fans will seek revenge on them, like they revenge a betrayal boyfriend or girlfriend. Just so you can see how constrained K-pop idols are, dating has never been a no-no for Western artists and their fans. Taylor Swift dated 13 guys in total, yet all her fans care about is her music and talents. That's why she still gains huge success after roughly 15 years since debut. Number 3. K-pop doesn't take illegal action seriously. You remember the scary case of TVXQ's Yoonho back in 2006? Let me remind you. Yoonho was at a cafe and was given some orange juice by the self-called staff. This person was actually a sasaeng fan who just wanted to make Yoonho remember her for life. So she came up with a sickening idea: spike his drink with super glue. Yoonho ended up being rushed to the hospital and stayed there for a while. The most frustrating part is, though this incident almost cost his life, it was later reported that the girl was forgiven, since Yoonho saw she was young. You may think, Yoonho, just do whatever you want to bring that culprit down. We don't care if it seems cold-hearted. But are you sure that some fans would still look at Yoonho the same way if he chose to punish that young girl instead of forgiving her? While some believe that Yoonho's actions stem from his goodwill, some reckon that SM Entertainment did influence his decision to create a generous image for him, even though he almost lost his life. Isn't this a huge green light for other crazy fans to plan on doing similar things to their idols? There's a fact that K-pop idols are very forgiving, even when people do super crazy stuff to them, like throwing things at them, invading their privacy and body, poisoning their food. In such situations, most of them would just smile it off. Some even make apologies for the mistake they didn't even make. All because the companies fear their angelic image could be spoiled. Fans would not love them anymore, and their career would be affected. Returning to the incident of Yoonho. If he was an ordinary person, the girl would have been charged with attempted murder. Well, unfortunately, he's an idol. In the public, instead of paying more attention to the crazy act of the girl, they focused more on praising the victim for letting the culprit get away with such a terrible crime. Number 4. K-pop encourages fans to overreact to idols' mistakes. While Western artists can pursue whatever image they want, even super erotic ones like this, in K-pop, idols must maintain a pure and flawless image. You can't be like Miley Cyrus and still be loved. Once you're involved in a scandal, your career is pretty much gone, unless you make a super teary apology and try 10 times harder to recover your image. Of course, making mistakes is blameworthy, especially when you're a famous and highly influencing person like a K-pop idol. However, I personally think that most of the times, K-pop fans are overreacting toward idols' mistakes. Take Chewie, for example. Did she really deserve all these malicious words and have to appear like a criminal in an apology video just because she waved Taiwan flag? Did Chewie really commit a terrible thing? Or was it just that some fans wanted to prove that they can manipulate her? And it makes them feel good because they got a famous K-pop idol to do as they told. G-idol Soojin is also a victim of this. She might have made a mistake back in school, but she was just a kid. Plus, she has also written a long post explaining details of the incident, and promised that she would be a better person down the road. Soojin literally did everything to beg for forgiveness, yet she is still boycotted everywhere. Her role in the latest MV of G-idol was also limited down to 0. Some people just really want to push Soojin to a dead end. In short, while toxic fans are obviously to blame for making idols suffer, the management companies indeed play a huge part in nurturing this destructive fan culture. Through the above 4 acts, they have paved the way for extreme people to treat idols like emotionless entities, instead of humans with feelings. Well, that's the end of the video. Do you share the same opinion with me? Comment down below to share if you agree or disagree. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to BeBoss TV for more intriguing videos. Thank you for watching.